The cold wind howled through the city streets as a man in tattered clothes sat hunched on a bench, his face shadowed by a worn-out hoodie. People passed him without a glance, some whispering under their breath, others chuckling as if he were nothing more than an eyesore. He was used to it. "Hey, old man, spare some change for yourself." One of them sneered, tossing a crumpled bill at his feet. The small group of young men laughed, their expensive shoes tapping against the pavement. He didn't react. Instead, he picked up the bill, smoothing it out between his rough fingers. If only they knew. He had once walked these streets with his head high, a man of power and influence. That was before his downfall, before betrayal stripped him of everything: his wealth, his dignity, and most painfully, his family. But now, things were different. Unbeknownst to them, he wasn't just a forgotten soul left to rot. No, he was merely waiting, watching, planning. And tonight, the past would finally catch up with him. The secret that could change everything. As the city lights flickered above him, he heard the familiar voice of someone he hadn't seen in years. A voice that sent a shiver down his spine. "Are you really who I think you are?" He looked up. A young woman stood before him, her piercing eyes scanning his face, searching for something. He swallowed hard. She looked just like her mother. I don't know what you mean," he rasped, though he knew exactly what she was asking. Her hands trembled, clutching a piece of paper, a photograph, faded with time. She held it up, and there it was. A younger version of himself, standing beside a woman he had loved more than anything, his arm around her swollen belly. "You left," she whispered, her voice laced with emotion. "But I found you." He couldn't speak. His chest tightened as years of regret, pain, and longing flooded back all at once. She was his daughter. The one he never met. The one he never knew. Until now. A hidden fortune and a dangerous truth. As if on cue, a sleek black car rolled to a stop across the street. The young men who had mocked him earlier turned to watch, their faces twisting in confusion as the back door opened. A sharply dressed man stepped out, his presence commanding attention. The girl stiffened. "They're here," she murmured. He knew exactly who they were. And he knew they wouldn't let this reunion happen so easily. He had something they wanted, something worth more than money. And they would do anything to get it. The strangers who mocked him, the city that had ignored him, and even his own daughter, none of them knew the truth. That he wasn't just a forgotten man. He was the key to a secret so valuable, people would kill for it. And now, with his daughter by his side, everything was about to change.